So, getting a late start today for a lot of reasons, but we are on the road. Anyhow, heading to the shop. Gonna make some ductwork for a great big job I got going on up in Aspen. Another project for the stars, and then I'm coming back to the office to do an engineering job. Can you imagine that? An engineer doing engineering work. That's right. But I'm a plumber. Anyhow, had something else to say, but I completely forgot about it. So I'm out. So here we are at the shop. I'm going to give you a quick tour. There's the front door. Some of my junk. Little hot rod. We're going to be using a piece of equipment back there to make some duct work. Some of my excavating equipment, other stuff outside. And then over here I got my machine tool area. So we're going to be using this here Pittsburgh machine and that other machine and some other machines to make some duct work. So this isn't an instructional video on how to make duct work, so I don't want to hear any bullshit about I'm not doing it right. I do it my way. So, one of my biggest beefs with this GoPro Hero 4 Silver is the sound. You put it in the case, it sucks. So, regardless. So I made this piece of ductwork here on the Pittsburgh machine and the brake and some hand tools. I'm going to cut a section out of it like this. We're going to make a plenum, and then we're going to make a cap for it, and then we're going to, that would be the supply side, and then we're going to make a return side. We got our ductwork, and I'm going to cut a section off of it because we're not using the whole piece. Even though we make 4-foot sections, 4 foot, we're going to cut 3 feet off of it for our supply plenum. It's just a small thing here. We're going to put on our leather gloves because I'm going to be using this little tool here to cut that bad boy off. And we don't want to cut our thumb off. We did cut our finger off last year, so we don't want to do that again. So now, instead of going all caveman like we try to use some safety stuff. So here we go. Okay, so I had to nibble the corners off here, and I'll show you what that's all about here today. So you got to put an end on this, and then you got to attach this to the furnace or makeup air unit. So we take this and we stick it over the top of this bad boy here, and then we bend it. We bend it down, see? So we're bending that flange down a little deeper, and then we'll roll it up, and then we'll use a slide to put our cap on. I'll show you that in a minute. Just got a call from my buddy, call him the bitcher. Anyhow, so I gotta get this done. I gotta go look at a job. So this here is tin snips, and this is what we call S. See? It's got an S. We're going to use that to mount our cap on, and then we're going to use this too. It's called drive, but it should be called C. See what I mean? So anyhow, we just cut it to length. It goes on like right here. If I could ever get it on over. It's not an exact science. It's just a cap. Got it all laid out to cut. We use this fancy little tool to cut it out. I'll show you here in a second. Got our cap. You can see how flimsy it is. We're going to cross break it on this here brake to give it a little bit of stiffness. You don't have to give it much, just give it a little kink. See what I'm saying? Alright. Now you can see it's quite a bit stiff. You gotta love that. And then we're going to put our flange on there. Back at the layout table here, you can see I got it bent here, and I got my double bend here, and that got my S on here. And then I'm going to use this drive to lock it down, and I'll show you. This is my cap. Just bent it up there on the brace. Oh, looky there. So we always got these flatteners or duck belt pliers. Fix any kinks in there. See how that all slides in there if I measured it right? Yeah. Always wants to be a little difficult. But it's just ductwork, so it can be fixed. None of these things ever win. They may fight in the beginning and put up a good fight, but we as humans should be able to provide. Right. So you didn't get to see it, but we had a bit of a cluster and a sidetrack and 10 fucking phone calls. Nobody ever wants to let me get anything done. Anyhow, so here's our drive, and we have 2 lips in here, and we just go like so to get it started. See how that goes and seals it up nice. And take our hammer it on there. Looky. So on that gets our end on there. We can trim it off just a touch, make it look a little better. So we got that built. I had some more to build, but I got like a shit ton of phone calls and people yelling at me, and I got 2 more stops now to do, and people are on my ass to do this and that, so we're just going to do what we can do because that's all we can do. My stress level is up to here, and my ass is sore from everybody chewing on it. So I'm going to drink me a little coffee, then we're going to load that up, then we're going to go get some material, and then we're going to go up to the land of milk and honey. And that's it.
Find out what's going on. Obama's
all right, so I just left looking at a job for my buddy Bill, and he loves to give me shit, but a nice little project here in the land of milk and honey, as they say, basalt. So now we're heading up to try to get back on track with our work to pay some bills, as they say. So that's what we're installing, or installed, I should say. That piece of ductwork back there for this air handler. Next we're going to build the return side of it with the coil. It's pretty tight in here. That's why we're building a piece at a time. And we're going to just go a little at a time. And essentially that's a radon mitigation device for this lower level of the house that I'm working on. So there you go. Alrighty, so I had to stop here and look at another job after we got done with our last job, which you took a tour on. And this should turn into another job. That's what we need, is more jobs. Actually, I need jobs that pay. I got plenty of charity work. But regardless, I'm done for the day other than my engineering work, which we are going to do in a little bit. And that's no fun, so we're not going to film any of that. So, back into the hacienda. And then maybe we're going to go for a run. I wanted to go on the group ride tonight, but the weather just is sucking here lately. So I think I'm going to stay home. It's cold and rainy. Go for a run. Do all that. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm working hard. I had to, just tired. So anyhow, we're going to hit the road, as they say. And the truck started. Imagine that. Oh, I was gonna say I totally scored. I got a little coffee left, and there's nothing better than some hot coffee on a cold day at the end of the day to wake my ass up and enjoy on the ride home. It's French roast. We love French roast. Especially when I gotta battle all these other criminal contractors back to Glenwood. One bit of advice I'll give you about contractors is half of them are felons and the other half are potential felons. And 75% of them have done time in jail. So anyhow, that's that.